welcome back to my series Seed to Table. It has been 46 days since I planted all of this, and I have quite a few updates for you. We have a lot of new growth here. Some things did not make it. It has been 3 days since our last frost date, so technically I can plant these, but I am in the hardening off stage, which is trying to get them used to the sunlight slowly and also the weather. They've been getting about 2 to 3 hours of sunlight every single day. This is their sunlight period, and boy, it is hot. I'm sweating in this sunlight. But today I'm going to move them so they're getting even more sunlight, because hopefully in about 3 to 4 days I can plant them officially into their forever homes for this summer. I have the marigolds that I repotted into their own pots and then fertilized, and they actually have their own buds coming out. Pretty soon we will have flowers with these guys. The leaves are huge as well. And the marigolds that remained, they also have little buds coming up, but not nearly as many, and they are very small in comparison to these ones. The zinnias that were potted in their own pots and then fertilized, and they are huge. They're taking off. But the ones that did not get fertilized and up potted are doing just fine as well. Some of them have caught up in size to these ones, so I don't think it's necessary to up pot these. We have some tomato plants here, and they look like they're doing pretty well, except for this guy. That guy is small and struggling. These were our smaller up pots, and it looks like some of them, they're not doing the best. This lettuce is doing well. The broccoli is doing pretty well. What's this? This is eggplant. Pretty small, but still doing well. Tomato looks a little rough. Basil is looking good. Oh, that snapped in half. Okay. And this zucchini is looking a little rough as well. This chamomile is RIP. We have all of our cukes and zooks in here, and we're actually starting to get buds that start flowering very soon. We have the vines coming off that are trying to connect to grow it up. More buds. That is exciting. Ooh, look at that. Flowers already starting to emerge on this one here. Let's see how the peppers are doing. That root might not make it. This one looks good though. We have some nodes coming out there at the bottom too. And the peppercini is small, but he's still hanging in there. This is the loofah. The loofah's looking pretty good. And the loofah, look at, has its own little bud coming in too. It's doing pretty well so far. And I don't know if you remembered, but I was not successful in getting any of the lemon balm to germinate this year or sprout. But I had to mow I had to mow my lawn yesterday. It was out of hand. It was probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches tall, because we've had so much rain and the weather that it just took off. Well, last year I found wild lemon balm in my yard, and I tried to save it and it did not work. But I was lucky enough to find one wild lemon balm in my yard before I mowed. So I picked it out and I repotted it in this extra pot that I have. It did get a little sunburnt. It got a couple extra hours of sun compared to where it was normally where I took it out of. So I am really hoping that this will survive and thrive, because I was going to have to buy it from the store if not. And last year I was not successful at finding it in the store. You can't really smell the lemon in lemon balm. I had to pick a leaf and smell it to get the lemon scent to make sure it's lemon balm, because I have a ton of different mint family things that grow in my yard. I currently have creeping Charlie that is overtaking this part of my yard. That's going to be a project for another day, but I found catnip and lemon balm last year too, which are also part of the mint family. I had a hard time telling which was which until I learned that there's a little bit of a texture difference in lemon balm, and then obviously the scent. So if you rub the leaves too, you can get a little bit of that lemon scent, but this smells delicious when you can actually smell the lemon from it. And my blueberries behind me, girl, I don't know if they're gonna make it. They are very, very, very sunburnt. And we had like 4 days straight of frost every night, and I forgot to bring them in. And then when it was frosting, the highs for the day were like 49 degrees. So she's struggling. Look, you can see the stress in her leaves, the discoloration. This one is just, yeah. Yeah, we might have to try this again next year. That's chicken. So our potatoes are not looking the best. Definitely dying and getting burnt from being out in the light, the full sun. They're just molded. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm gonna try to plant some of these still, but they just do not look promising. They're just dying out. Lesson learned, plant sweet potatoes about 3 weeks before you're ready to plant their sprouts outside, because I waited, 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks now, and at about the 4-week mark was they're needing to be planted or they're going to die. And when it comes to the egg carton method, I let that one go. I let that one go a couple weeks ago, unfortunately. Everything that was growing in there was growing very, very, very slow, and it needed like watering 2 to 3 times a day. I didn't have the space for it. The carton was falling apart. There was too much going on for what I currently had going, and this being my first time on top of everything I'm doing in the yard. As you can see, I had done this, and you don't know this yet, but I have been working on this one over here. Yesterday, I leveled them out and got the hardwire cloth in. So today I'm going to be putting in the cattle trellis, but it is going to look so good. I'm so excited about that. I learned a very tough lesson. I spent yesterday going around to all of these containers that I had planted perennials in last year. They did not make it. Echo keeps trying to eat all of the bees that she sees. I'm going to Amish country to pick out anything that I don't have, anything that did not survive, some pretty flowers for around the house. So much going on, per usual, but that's the way we like it. And it's just so pretty out here. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Exactly why I always have 6 in my yard, because she goes out, oh my gosh. What the heck are you doing? She goes and she gets them and brings them into my yard. Yep, and then look, now we're leaving it, huh? We're leaving it for Mom to throw back in the woods. Well, that is all for now. I am going to get to work on all of this stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye.